Hey, buds, I'm your host, Sam,
And I'm your co-host, Briana.
and this is
Kush and
Crime. Welcome back to another episode of Kush and Crime. We're here. Brianna's here. Hi, Brianna.
hey Sam, how's it going?
It's going. This case has only been haunting my days for the last several days, but it's going okay. How's it going over there?
Just taking over your life. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll see. Let's see how you feel about it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is This is our first Brianna and I's first killer case. I've done one serial killer before. It was Eileen Wuornos. When I did it, I regretted every minute of it because it was so much information and she's such an evil person. And that's also how I feel right now is I feel a little overtaken by this guy.
Yeah, I can see delving into the mind of someone like that, how that can eat away at your soul just a tad.
Yeah. So, Brianna is going to do her normal thing where she does the strain of the day and then we'll do the case. And one thing we used to mention a lot, and I haven't mentioned, if you're not really into the weed part, just skip it. Just go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
okay.
We don't care. It's all right.
We get
But
it. More for
yeah,
us.
but we like the weed. We need the weed part. Otherwise, we would probably go insane trying to do this podcast.
100%. I was just telling Sam, when you get home from work, you have the first joint, and that's the I'm home from work, I can relax joint,
Mm-hmm.
but then you got to have a second joint right before
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah. And we're at second joint time right now.
Yes. Yep. That's the time that it is right now, just in case anyone's wondering. Second joint time.
Second joy
It's like
time.
second breakfast.
It's 11s.
11sies.
That is the second time that we've had an in sync Lord of the Rings reference on
I
this
love it.
podcast.
Love it. Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned. All right, Brianna, do you want to take it away with the strain of the day?
Abso-freaking-lutely. So this one is called Grape Pie, and it's an indica leaning hybrid. If you guys haven't noticed by now, indica is something that is generally hanging around our house.
Mhm.
My significant other is definitely more of a wants to chill on the couch, get the munchies, kind of a stoner.
Mm,
And I'm down for that too. Don't get me wrong. We tend to have the hybrids mostly because I'm around because I love me a good sativa,
I can't
especially on the
do it.
weekend. See, I love smoking some sativa. Even in my bong is my favorite way to consume personally is nice, clean, fresh bong. Okay, emphasize on the
The
clean
clean.
and fresh. Yeah. Some ice cubes if you got an ice catcher in there, that's
Mm,
awesome. Um, a little bit of sativa, and I'm just gonna blast me some music and clean my fucking house for the next hour and a half.
I
Bake
wish
some
it did it to
cookies.
me. I wish it did it to me, but it makes me so anxious. I get so every time I have sativa, I start bugging out. And not like in a bugging out way, but
Mhm.
in I don't know, I just start overthinking. It makes my mind work too hard.
Too
Where
much.
yeah, it gets the gears turning way too fast. And indica does the opposite. It slows my brain down enough for me to function. So I that's why I like indica. But I mean, Steve, you could hold the sativa over there, girl.
Hey, I
You could
got
keep
you.
it.
I'll hold it right over here, and I'll be over here cleaning my house and baking loaves of bread and doing whatever the hell else I'm doing that day. Don't get me wrong. But okay, so anyway, back to the grape pie. I just smoked second jointsies of this one since coming out of work. Definitely got that grape flavor. I will tell you what. Some of the other top flavors of this strain are pepper. Um
Pepper.
Pepper, I know. So I didn't get that in my stash that I have here. Let us know in the comments if you've smoked this one before, if you've ever got a pepper taste. Some
Mm.
of the top effects are relaxed, which of course checks out as an indica,
Mhm.
euphoric, and happy. And I mean, come on, who doesn't want a little bit of weed that's going to make you happy?
'Cause
Um,
I'm happy.
exactly. Grape pie is a cross of cherry pie and the Gage Green Group's Grape Stomper.
Say that 5
Um,
times fast.
I know. I read it like 3 times and I was like, "Here we go. Let's see what happens." Um, it's funny that you mentioned the anxiety aspect of sativa because one of the negative effects on this one is actually some anxious, like, feelings, I guess. This
Really?
is okay, this is to be fair, this is based off of Leafly, so who's answering these things? I've never answered one of these before, but maybe I should start.
Yeah, maybe you should. Your professional opinion.
Yeah. I don't feel anxious.
Start putting it in there. As co-host in Cushion Crime, I am
Yeah.
qualified.
I've done my research,
I
okay?
am qualified to rate this marijuanas.
This marijuanas.
Yes.
Yes, the marijuanas. I'm qualified, I swear. I'm a professional. Um, some of the other negative effects, one of them is dry mouth and dry eyes.
The
Um,
worst.
definitely dry mouth. I've already taken a couple of sips of my drink over here. I'm sure I'll be taking sips throughout our pod. Um, But yeah, those are some of the negative effects of this strain, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this strain a lot. It smells really freaking good. Oh, yeah, it smells real good. This was one when my significant other brought it home, he opened it up and gave it to me
Mhm.
to smell just to get my reaction. So you know that that's going to be a good one right from there. So
Mhm.
I do recommend
Mhm.
this one. Again, it definitely leans indica. Haven't gotten the munchies from it just yet, but I'm sure give it some time and I'll be raiding the kitchen for something.
Yeah. That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah. Have you ever had grape pie, Sam?
No, but now I want some.
But also like grape if someone brought
Okay, I was just actually
if I
really
was
thinking about that.
like grape pie or the weed?
No, grape pie, like, physically
Yeah.
grape pie.
Yes, okay. I was just thinking about that too. I'm like, "Oh, have you ever had it, Sam?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute.
That's
Okay,
why it took me a
if
second.
someone brought a pie, I would have questions because you can't cook that like how you cook an apple
That's what
pie.
I'm thinking. That's why I was like, "What kind of pie is a grape pie? Is it like a, like, grape jelly with, like, a graham cracker crust type
Like a
pie?"
meringue almost, like,
Yeah,
instead of
maybe put
lemon
some peanut
meringue, like,
butter in there?
grape and peanut butter? Oh, like,
Peanut
peanut butter
butter
and jelly,
jelly.
okay. Okay, okay, alright. First, I was like, "Ew," but no. I guess I was thinking, like, green grape for some reason, probably because wheat is green, I don't know, I'm an idiot, don't listen to
It's
me.
okay. You're fine, you're fine. We're on
Grape pie.
secondsies.
Let let hey, if you've had a grape pie, I'm genuinely curious about that, I would love
Send
to
your
hear about that.
recipes.
Definitely. If someone sends us a grape pie recipe, I will try my best to recreate it.
Oh my god. I don't need to know. God. Please, please nobody send us a grape pie recipe. Please don't.
Sam's like, "Don't make her make it. Don't do it."
It just sounds like a cursed item.
Cursed item.
It does.
Would you just pick it up in, like, Skyrim or something? This is a cursed
Yes.
item.
You can tell I've been playing a little too many video games lately. That's where I've been, guys.
That's fair. What have you been playing? Anything good?
I've been playing Pokopia a lot, which is so much fun, and then I've been playing Marvel Rivals, but I've been playing the PvE mode where you, like, fight
Okay.
and kill vampires. It's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
fun.
I've heard that Pokemon game, people have been going nuts
Oh my god,
over
it's
here. They
bad.
love it. I heard it's really good.
It's addicting as all hell, and that's
Yeah.
how you know I love you guys because I haven't played it all week because 'cause I've been fucking researching this fucking asshole.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear about this other person who's taken up so much time from Sam
It's
and
bullshit.
I
It's
have a
bullshit.
feeling it's gonna be a good one though.
This is alright, so as I alluded to, this is definitely going to be a multiple parter. Going into this, I can say definitely 2 parts, but I am not I'm not finished with the script yet. And this part is already 10 pages, which normally takes us about an hour and a half. That being said, I still have at least double the amount that I need to go over. So it's at least a part two. Depending on how far we get in part two, really depends on if there's a part three or not. If I can like fit it and if it's a longer episode, that's fine. That's what we'll do. You'll
Okay.
maybe have like two longer episodes. But if it's getting too long, we'll have to cut it and do a part three. So it could be a two-parter, definitely a two-parter, might be a three-parter. I don't want it to
Damn.
be, but we'll see.
All right.
So off microphone earlier, I told Brianna that she is going to need her little whiteboard that she has over there.
Girl, I got it.
Good. Because what I want you to pay attention to is dates. When we get to the dates I want you to pay attention to, I will let you know so you can write them down
Okay.
and give you the advantage. So you can try to
Okay.
see where I'm going with this. And when we get to the point where those dates are really relevant outside of what happens when, you'll see why I had you write them down.
All right.
So on May 1st, 2010, 911 operators receive a phone call from Oak Beach, Long Island. The woman identifies herself as Shannon Gilbert, and she is distressed. She's on the phone telling the operator, "These people are trying to kill me." She's running away from the house that she's at, and she's banging on doors down Oak Beach. Nobody's letting her in. They're just like kind of looking out at her, and they call 911 and they say there's a woman running around on the street screaming for help and banging on the doors. I don't know her. I'm not going to let her in.
Yeah, damn.
So she's on the phone with 911 for a total of 23 minutes. No one, like police don't show up within that time frame. Meanwhile, she's screaming, saying these people are trying to kill her, running to neighbors' houses, other people are calling. At the end of the call, the last thing that's heard is Shannon screams and the line goes dead.
This is from the 911 call?
Yep.
Damn.
I'll link it
Ugh,
on
that
our website.
sucks. That must have sucked to be on the other line of that 911 call and just hear that and be like, "Well, I don't know if this lady's alive or dead."
Yep.
And the
And
cops never showed up. That's crazy.
they showed up at 5, I think wrote it later, I think. Yeah, when we talk about it later, when we circle back to this, I tell you
Okay.
what time.
Okay. Okay.
So, after the line goes dead, Shannon is not heard from again. So, who is Shannon? Shannon was the oldest of four sisters. She was born in 1986 in Pennsylvania and moved with her family to New York in 1987. She did not have the best life growing up. She was removed from her home and she was in foster care up until she was 14, and then she was able to go back home. But when she gets back home, there's an incident which I could not find the exact details of, but I'm assuming not good, with
Mm.
her mom's current boyfriend. There's sirens in the background. I don't know if you heard them.
No, I didn't.
The environment is encompassing the shit. Uh, so when she got back to living at home, there's an incident with her mom's new boyfriend, and she was removed again from the home and back into foster care. So even though she was struggling at home, she was still doing really well in school, and she actually graduated early and then moved in with her grandmother. After her graduation, Shannon needed money, and she ended up working as an escort at a place called
Oh.
Lace Party Girls.
Oh
Mhm.
my.
Mhm.
Scandalous. Damn, I
Mhm.
mean, hey, you need money, you do your thing, chicken wing.
Exactly.
No judgment here.
That's what we're gonna say because again, we've talked about it before. Sex work is work. It's we get it. We respect the hustle.
It's the
There's
oldest it's like the old what is it? The oldest, line of work or something like that?
I'm sure brothels have been around forever.
Mhm.
So no judgment for real. No judgment from us on that. And I want to
Hell
make
no.
that very clear right now because this is a common theme in this episode.
Mm.
So she needed money. She was an escort. And sometimes she would go by Sabrina and she wore really nice clothes and she had like wigs and she had like a certain appearance about her. So she was doing pretty good. But unfortunately, she was arrested in 2007 when New York police ended up doing an undercover sting targeting escort services.
Damn.
While she was working at that escort service, she met a man named Alex Diaz. Alex became her driver and a protector to her, and they end up dating. But their relationship turned volatile and abusive very quickly. It had gotten so bad that Alex had beaten her to the point where she needed a titanium plate in her jaw.
Damn. Oh, that's so terrible.
Yeah, and she was stuck. She needed money. Her
Yeah.
income was the escort service. She'd already been arrested, so she's kinda, like, trapped in this position of desperation at this
Yeah.
point. Her partner is physically abusing her. She's feeling like where she is the only option for her. Unfortunately, this pattern continues for Shannon. She's arrested again in 2009 with the same escort service, which gets shut down at this point.
About time. Damn. They're gonna arrest these girls. Why wouldn't they shut down the escort service? That's crazy.
Right. So she moves in with Alex and she starts looking for work and she starts posting ads on Craigslist for sex work. She was charging 200 per hour, where she would take two-thirds of it for herself, and then she hired a driver with the other remainder of the third. She hired a man named Michael Pack. Michael's role as her driver was to get her from location to location and provide protection when needed. She was making good money though, upwards of like 600 bucks in a night doing this. So,
Damn.
yeah, she was doing good, and she kept doing it. She was doing it for a while. It was almost routine at that point. Um, but on the night of May 1st, that night was no different from the other nights the way it started off. Michael picked her up. She went and met a client up in Midtown Manhattan. All that goes routine. Michael picks her back up and they leave to go to Oak Beach for her next meetup. She goes into the house, she does her thing, and then around 4:45 in the morning, Shannon starts becoming visibly upset inside of this house. 5 minutes later, the client that she went to go see comes outside and gets Michael and says, "You need to come inside and get Shannon." Michael goes inside, and when Michael goes inside, Shannon sees him and gets scared and hides behind the couch.
Hmm.
It's important to mention that Shannon was doing drugs,
Okay.
but I don't know. We really don't know what happened inside of the house at that time. Like if she
Yeah.
was currently on drugs or whatever. I didn't look too far into that and you'll understand why in a little bit. Michael goes inside the house. Shannon hides behind the couch. And at that time, that's when she calls 911 and saying, "These people are trying to kill me." And in the background of that 911 phone call, you can hear men talking and, like, trying to, like, tell her to come here. And she's like, "No, no,
Yeah.
what are you doing?" And then on the phone, that's when she's like, "These people are gonna kill me." And she, like, starts running. She takes off. And like I said, she went missing. So the area
Yeah.
she went missing in Oak Beach, dark, super dark, pitch black at night. Like, there's all bramble and brush. Picture East Haddam at night.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yep.
Dark as shit.
Mhm. Woods and shit.
It's like but it's on the water, so it's like all bramble and
Okay, I see
everything.
what you mean. Yeah.
So like I said, the last thing that was heard from her was her screaming, and she was gone. She wasn't seen. So they start searching the area. They're trying to find her. They're trying to find where she went. They don't find her initially because it's dark. but now starting to get light of day because
Mhm.
that was around when she ran out of the house. It was around 4:45. Police didn't show up until like 5:40. So they weren't there for like almost a whole hour.
Yeah. The fuck?
Right. They theorized that she ran out into the marsh that's in that area, but
Mhm.
but they couldn't find her. So this happened in May. In December of 2010, a police officer named John Malia was performing a training with a search and rescue dog in the area where Shannon went missing. The dog, whose name was Blue, I felt like that was important
Oh.
information. Blue's Clues finds and marks a location. The officer looks in the area, but what he finds is not Shannon, but skeletal remains. The next day,
Oh, what a good pup though.
yeah,
What a
just
good
out there
boy.
training, did his
It's a
job really
boy.
well.
He did his job so well.
He did his job so well. So, next day, police return to the area and expand the search, and they find the skeletal remains of three more women.
Oh, shit.
All
Ugh.
four, yep, all four women were bound. They were all petite, they were all naked, and three out of the four of them were wrapped in burlap.
Damn. Like, were they, like, in the same spot or spread out?
I'm glad you asked that because I've provided you with a map.
Oh. Oh, I'm so
Don't you
excited.
love when I do
Visuals.
that?
Surprise visual. Love it.
Surprise, surprise. Let me see. Hold on. Share screen. Can you see that?
Oh, interesting. So very close to each other, it looks like.
Mhm.
I don't know what the full distance is
So, you can see
on
this is Long
this.
Island. Look at
Mhm.
if you
Long
look right there.
Island.
Yeah,
Shout
Long
out Long
Island.
Island.
Long Island. You can see Connecticut right there. Boop.
Mhm. A little Connecticut.
Yep. So, the mark on the map is Gilgo Beach, and it's off of
Okay.
Ocean Parkway. And the marks 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
These women were dubbed the Gilgo Beach Four. Their names were Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Lynn Costello.
R.I.P.
Sh- When these women were found, Shannon still was not found. But what police found was a serial killer dumping ground.
Mhm.
Have you heard of the Long Island serial killer growing up in Connecticut?
Maybe? I'm
Like,
sure it kinda sounds familiar, but I feel like there's, like, something serial killer.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's always one of those around.
Yeah. This one, I don't really remember it as a Long Island serial killer, but I do remember like Craigslist killer mentioned
Oh,
was mentioned a lot when we were
yes.
younger. Like,
Yeah,
don't
oh,
do
yeah.
things off of Craigslist because you'll get
Yep,
killed. And you know what?
yep.
I don't know if that's area specific or not.
Mhm.
Like, if that was just a Connecticut thing, tell us. Leave us a comment and tell us if y'all knew like about Craigslist killer shit.
Yeah, because that was a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember I said I already started mentioning Craigslist. Craigslist is going to come up a lot in this. Sex work is going to come up a lot in this. So we'll get there eventually. But these four women were found here. And then everything, media went crazy. Long Island serial killer, Gilgo Beach murders, Gilgo Beach 4, all these four women. And I'm going to tell you about each one. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one. And these are the dates that they go
Oh,
missing that I need
okay.
you to pay attention to
Yep, yep.
because they will be relevant in part two. Y'all can take notes too if you want.
Join along. We'll
Join
take notes
along.
together.
It's class. Class is in session. You're about to learn today. Police, obviously, their first initial reaction when you find four bodies in the area of a woman going missing is to start thinking, are these cases all related?
Mm.
Who
Mhm.
are these women? What do we do? So they work on identifying each woman. Roast is singing right now. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not, but he's singing.
Oh, Roasty. Shout out
Loud.
Roast.
Um, so Maureen Brainerd Barnes, she was the first woman found. She was a small, beautiful, petite woman, and at the time of her disappearance, she was 25 and she was living in Norwich, Connecticut.
Oh. Hey, Norwich.
Mhm. So she was sharing the custody of her children. She was a mother of 2, and the days that she didn't have the kids or they were being watched, she would go stay in Manhattan and do sex work. So she would stay for a couple of days, work out of a Super 8 motel or a Red Roof Inn, and then she would go back home to Connecticut.
Mhm.
And something that she did because she fell on hard times in her life. She was trying to make it work. She was trying to make ends meet for her family,
Yep.
and she was on the verge of eviction. That's actually why she went on this particular trip. Sometimes when she would go, she would travel with another woman who would work out of the same hotel, but in like a different room. So, buddy system, staying safe, or at least trying to.
Mhm.
Sometimes she would recruit a male friend to provide safety and protection as well, just in case. When she did this, she would always kind of work in the room. So
Okay.
that's just something that like she didn't really step outside of the room like she would work at the hotel that she was at.
Gotcha. Okay.
So on July 6th of 2007, there's your date.
Mhm.
She had taken an Amtrak from New London to Grand Central Terminal in Manhattan. When she arrived, she was staying at the Super 8 motel. She was working, and her friend had accompanied her to the hotel and was also working, but again, out of a different room.
Okay.
Um, this is the day that she had started speaking to someone who had responded to an ad of hers on Craigslist.
Uh-huh.
So typically, her and her friend would come and go together. They would leave together. But this time, she had stayed behind. Maureen had stayed behind
At the motel?
at the motel.
Okay.
She needed to make $1,500 so she wouldn't get evicted. She had an eviction hearing on the 10th. She needed to make $1,500 in order to not be evicted and go back to her eviction hearing.
Struggle is real.
Yep. So she stayed. So she didn't go back. She let her friend go and she said, "Listen, I'm going to stay here. I need to make money. I'm going to do what I got to
Mhm.
do."
Mhm.
Again, a woman without an option.
Mhm.
On July 9th, 2007, at 11:43 p.m., was the last time that Maureen was heard from. She had spoken to her friend. She was said that she was going on an out call, which is, again, abnormal for her. She usually stays inside of the hotel room, but she was leaving the hotel room to go visit a client outside of the hotel. And after that, she was never heard from again.
Damn. Just disappeared.
Yep. Her phone made 2 outgoing phone calls 2 days after her disappearance that pinged in the Long Island area. Police believed that the person that had made the calls was her killer.
But why?
Mm, okay, I told you.
Interesting.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay, okay, okay.
So you'll know. Well, actually, yeah, we'll get into it further.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. On July 14, 2007, Maureen was officially reported missing. Missing? What the fuck? Missing after not returning home. Her remains were the first ones to be discovered on Gilgo Beach on December 13th in 2010. She was bound by 3 leather belts, and they were able to pull some DNA evidence off of her. She is believed to be the first victim of the Gilgo Beach Four. The next victim was Melissa Bartholomew, and she was the first one that was actually found on Gilgo Beach. Melissa was born on April 14th, 1818.
I'll be like, "Damn, is she a time traveler?"
Fuck. What is wrong with me? Yeah, April 14th, 1985.
Mm,
She she was an aspiring beautician and she had her cosmetology license. She was very caring and she was very close with her younger sister, Amanda. Melissa was also looking for more opportunities. So she moved to Manhattan. She moved to the Bronx so that way she had an opportunity to work at a bigger salon. And ultimately, her goal was to open a salon.
okay.
When she moved, she ended up meeting a guy named Johnny Terry, nicknamed Blaze.
Ooh.
Right.
It's the type of person you don't generally wanna be associated with, I feel like.
I would agree on that. Blaze was a known pimp, and Melissa began working as
Okay.
one of his girls.
Definitely not someone you necessarily wanna be associated with.
Definitely not.
Blaze.
Blaze. She even got his name tattooed on her lower part of her
Ugh.
back.
Listen,
She
it's never
she
a good
was
idea.
she was young, she was impressionable. She had, he kind of like coerced her into sex work, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
But she ended up being arrested in September of 2008 for soliciting prostitution. She pled guilty and was sentenced to 5 days of community service. In December of 2008, Melissa went to go visit her family in Buffalo. And when she came back from that trip, she started working independently without Blaze. When he found out, he felt like Melissa had disrespected him and he had her jumped by a bunch of women and then stood there and watched. And after it was all done, said, "That's what you get for disrespecting me."
Damn. She shoulda moved, she shoulda known. Ugh.
What a
Hindsight's
fucking
always
asshole.
20/20.
Yeah, what
Yep.
a fucking asshole.
Terrible, terrible pimp.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa
Just, like,
continued. Go ahead.
grooming. The
Yeah.
grooming thing is just so gross, and, like, you have to be some type of psycho to, like, groom young women to do shit like that. Like, that's
Mhm.
so gross.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that's the theme here is that all of these women were in desperate situations where they had no resort left but to turn to sex work and end up in these terrible situations because they felt like it was the only option they had. They all had terrible lives growing up, or troubled, or difficult, or hardships, or trauma, or something that put them on this path to begin with. And all the people that they end up with in life end up exploiting them.
Mhm.
And it sucks. I wish, like, it's sad, but like, there's not real infrastructure to help with stuff like this. Like, obviously, there's like domestic violence things and shelters, but when you need money and you have nothing, you already have an arrest record now for prostitution, you're stuck. Melissa continued anyway to use her services independently. She used Craigslist, Adult Friend Finder, and an escort agency. On July 3rd, 2009, Melissa is contacted by a burner phone believed to be her killer.
Oh.
On July 6th, she received another call. On July 9th, she texts her younger sister, says, "I miss you. I want to see you again soon." And on July 10th, she is seen depositing money and withdrawing $100 um, from her ATM. And then she goes home, and the last she's physically seen is on the curb waiting outside of her home. Her last phone call was to Blaze, who did not answer, and she was never heard or seen from again. So, pulling her phone call records, her phone travels from the Bronx to Manhattan, and the next time it pings again is on July 11, 2009, near Massapequa, Long Island. 1 week later, on July 18, 2009, her mother reported her missing. The day before Melissa is reported missing, Melissa's sister, Amanda, receives a phone call from Melissa's phone. The caller only wanted to speak to Amanda and would not speak when her mother was on the phone. And when Amanda spoke, she said, "Where is my sister?" The caller says, "Do you know who I am?" She says, "No, where is my sister?" He says, "Are you going to be a whore like your sister?" She says, again, "Where is my sister? What happened to my sister?" And he says, "I killed her."
Oh, shit.
This
Oh,
man continues calling and torturing only Amanda for weeks. If
for
anybody else,
weeks?
for weeks, if anybody else answers the phone, he will not answer. He will not say anything. But when
Ugh.
Amanda answers the phone, he says all this crude and vile shit about her sister.
Oh my god, what a fucking piece of shit, dude. What a psycho.
Yep. He even said to her that he would watch her sister's body rot and that maybe, he said, quote, "Maybe I'll show you one day," unquote.
Oh my god, this poor girl. And she keeps answering the phone.
Yeah, because it's her sister's number. And
Yeah.
at that point, they get police involved and police start trying
Yeah.
to track who this is. But at the time, the body still hasn't been found. The
Oh,
bodies were all
shit. Okay.
found, when Shannon went missing. So
Mhm.
Shannon was found in well, at the time she wasn't found yet, but they were found in like 2010.
2010, yeah.
Yeah. So the phone calls that were going to Amanda's phone were showing that they were coming from the Times Square area, the Manhattan area, and the Massapequa Park area. So where her sister's phone was last pinging.
Mhm.
The phone calls only stopped when a TV outlet reported that these phone calls were happening. So that was the only way that the killer must have seen it and was like, "Oh shit."
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, damn. So then he stopped calling.
Yep. Definitely weird.
Yeah. That's super weird. That's very I feel like such strange behavior. And it's interesting because, like, it sounds like at least that wasn't reported with the previous case. So, like, is this something new that he started doing?
Mhm.
Ugh, so weird.
Mhm.
It's not what you wanna hear. Like that I couldn't imagine anything worse, like, your sister is gone and missing, and you don't know what's happening, and, like, the police can't really do anything, and this guy is calling you to harass you and tell you vile, awful things about your sister.
Mhm.
It's unimaginable. It's so you have to be a special type of there's a place in the afterlife for people like that.
Mhm. Yep. It's definitely fucked up. It's definitely fucked up. This is what I'm saying, like, This guy is living in my head, and I don't like it.
Oh, Sam. It's not you, okay? It's not
I
you.
know, it's so scary. Our next victim
Mhm.
was Megan Waterman. She was born and raised in Portland, Maine on January 18th, 1988. She was raised by her mother and her grandparents. By the time that Megan got into middle school, she realized that her family was kind of, didn't really have it like other families did. Her family struggled financially, and that bothered her. She felt like she couldn't fit in.
Mhm.
So,
I know that feeling, man. I've been there.
yeah. And she, to counteract that, started shoplifting, and
Mhm.
she stole from Walmart, and she got caught, and she kept stealing, and eventually she wound up in a juvenile detention facility. She was drinking. By the time she was 17, she's out clubbing, she's out doing shit, a 17-year-old shouldn't be doing. And she ultimately got pregnant from a guy she met at the club who was 29, but realistically 30, and she's 17.
Ugh.
So she had her baby in 2006, and started turning her life around. She's like, "All right, I got to get my shit together for my baby. I got to
Yeah.
I got to lock it down." So she was doing what she could to make ends meet and support her child. She had received government aid for $400 per month, but was also working two jobs to make ends meet.
Mhm.
But by 2009, she kind of reverted back into her old ways, and she was using drugs, she was drinking, and she was going out and partying again. When she was out at a club, she met two brothers named Blake and Akeem Cruz. They were from Brooklyn, and Megan started dating Akeem. Not long after that, he convinced her to become an escort because he was like, "Hey, this is a way that you could make a shit ton of fast money so you could support your life."
Yeah.
So she began escorting. She was using Craigslist and Backpage to solicit sex, and she would travel from Maine to New York, and she would put out her ad. She also was arrested in 2009 for soliciting an undercover police officer. After she was arrested, she continued doing sex work, traveling back and forth from Portland, Maine to Long Island. Um, and on June 1st, 2010, Megan and Akeem traveled to New York by bus. Megan checked into a Holiday Inn in Long Island, and Akeem stayed nearby with his family at the hotel, near the hotel. When she arrived in Long Island, she started posting an ad on Craigslist and began working outside of the hotel. She wasn't like Maureen, where she would stay in the hotel. She would go out and she would like meet up with the John and then come back to the hotel.
Oh, she brave girl.
Hmm. So she stayed in that hotel for 5 days. She spoke to her family. She spoke to Akeem. She was working in between all of that.
Mhm.
On June 6th oh my god, I can't read. On June 6th at 1:15 a.m., Akeem calls Megan. Megan lets him know that she is going to be stepping out for a little while, but she'll be coming back and she'll call him later. At 1:31, she gets a phone call from a burner phone that had just been activated, and then she can be seen leaving the hotel on camera, never to be heard again.
This is 1:31 in the morning?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Roast. Roast wants to be on the podcast, guys.
He
He's a
says,
podcat.
"Excuse me."
He said, "I'm a podcat. Let me on. I got things to say." Are you done? Please stop. So she wasn't seen again. At 11 a.m. the same day, Akeem starts calling Megan's family. asking if they
Mhm.
seen or heard from Megan.
Mhm.
They're like, "What are you talking about? She's supposed to be with you."
Oh, shit. So she told them that she was with him.
Yeah, like, they
Oh,
knew that
damn.
they traveled to New York together.
Okay, okay.
And, like, they're like, "What do you mean have we seen her? Like, she
Yeah.
you're keeping track of her. What the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about?" So he says, "Well, she's missing, and they won't let me report her as a missing person for 48 hours." We've talked about it on the podcast before, not Brianna and I, but I have. That's bullshit. You can report someone
Mhm.
missing when they're missing, especially if in their hotel room is still their phone, their makeup, all their stuff that they would be returning back to.
Yeah. Then they're obviously a missing person.
Obviously, a missing person. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think, I think she actually had her phone, but I don't think, like, I think she left something else there that was, like, very pertinent that she wouldn't have left there. But he still waited the 48 hours to report her missing because that's the common misconception. And, like, you don't have to do that. Law enforcement agencies may try to fight you on it and say, "Oh,
Mhm.
are you sure they're missing? They're an adult. They could have walked away, whatever, blah, 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 blah." But you push.
Yeah.
If you know,
Especially if you know. Yeah.
yeah, if you know, it's like there's no doubt in my mind that they would have saw that and been like, "Oh, yeah, she's definitely missing."
Yeah.
So her phone was last pinged in Massapequa Park, which is about 20 miles southwest of the hotel. She was never seen from again, and after that, her phone was not pinged again. Our last victim of the Gilgo Beach Four was Amber Costello. Like we talked about with all these other women, Amber's story is a lot like everybody. She was a young, petite woman trying to move forward in life. She had issues with drug addiction. She had been in and out of rehabs. Um, in 2010, she moved to New York after having a falling out with her family due to her addictions. So she moved in with a roommate named Dave Shaler.
A male.
Yes.
Okay.
While Dave and Amber lived together, they ran a con. Amber would post an ad on Craigslist for sex work, and men would respond. She would have them come over to the house that she shared with Dave. She would take the money up front, and after she received it, Dave would come out of wherever he was hiding in the house and make a big fucking scene and
Uh,
scare off the dude.
I love this. This is
They
hilarious.
were running fuckers for their money. They
Good for
were
them.
Robin Hoes. Not Robin Hood, Robin Hose.
Robin Robin Johns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So they did this several times. Like they were running it. But on September 1st of 2010, they run it again. They invite this guy over, do the same thing. Dave pops out, yada yada. The guy runs away. He's mad as fuck. After this incident, though, Amber gets a text message that said, "That wasn't so nice."
Oh,
So
damn.
this guy then is like, "You owe me." So she tells Dave, "Yeah, I kind of owe him. We kind of robbed him." Uh,
Oh my god.
yeah. So she says, "I'm going to go meet up with him like the
Oh,
next night." She's like, "I'm going to go meet
what?
up with him tonight."
Oh, girl. Oh, man.
So she says, "I'll be back later. If my sister calls, tell her I love her." She leaves the house, never to be seen again.
Of course. Girl, you just robbed this guy. Why would you go? Come on. And she felt bad. That's why she That's why she met up with him, she felt bad. But come
Mhm.
on, what no, you rob someone? No, you don't go back to them.
It
No.
takes a little bit for, Amber to be reported missing. Her family just thought she went to rehab.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
Dave did, like, start reporting it, and the funny thing is obviously you know that all these 4 cases are related, they were all found in the same dumping area.
Mhm.
Now you know that all 4 of these women were murdered by the same person. They're all small, petite women that had listings on Craigslist. All of their phones were last pinged in Massapequa Park. All of these things are lining up that 100% this is all a serial killer's doing. Now, Dave, at the time, is now the only person that has actually seen this dude.
Oh, shit, yep, that's true, that's true.
So, Dave, when he is talking about Amber's case, and we're going to get into like the investigation process here in just a second, but when he's talking about Amber's case and reporting her missing as a separate, isolated incident and not as an incident related to this, because obviously
Yeah,
she's not found until later, 2 months later, he's like saying the guy looked like an ogre. He was 6'4". He was huge, and it's this huge dude. Like, he said he was giant, that's what he remembered. He had glasses, and they were, like, the serial killer glasses, you already know
of
which ones I'm
course,
talking about,
of course.
and they're, like he had, like, brown hair, and one thing that he mentioned that was very important is that he drove a dark green Chevy Avalanche in the original body style. So
Oh,
he gave all of that information to police when Amber went missing, but because at the time Amber's case was like isolated and she was a sex worker and everything, they kind of brushed it
yeah.
off.
Oh,
So that kind of stayed like that's definitely very important information, but unfortunately, like this didn't really get investigated. Like that didn't get followed up on right away. At the time that the bodies are found, obviously police are like, okay, we have a serial killer here. This is a dumping ground. They start pulling evidence from the bodies. They have hairs. But this is 2010. So technology is good. Technology is good, but it's not 2026 DNA technology. It's not amazing.
for sure. Yeah,
There's still limitations of what you could do and what you can disretain from, let's say, a hair, because that was one of the main things that was found on the bodies was hair. Um, and that was kind of what gave the primary evidence there was like was that was the hair. I don't know why I'm
mhm.
struggling to say that right now. I'm sorry.
It was the hair.
It was the hair. Uh But they pull so as they start investigating, they pull the phone records of the victims, and it's they everything I've told you so far where they see, like, the burner phone calls and all of that stuff and, like, tracking the phone calls from Melissa's phone to her sister Amanda's phone, all of that, they're seeing now, like, where it's all kinda pinging, and they're kinda discertaining that this person probably lives in Long Island, has connections to Gilgo Beach, is traveling to Manhattan for work, and, like, that they can kinda, like
I can see that, like, kinda surmise. You can kinda surmise that
exactly.
information.
That's
Yeah,
the word I was looking for.
I think that's the word.
That is definitely the word. Meanwhile, at the same time, police start expanding their search of Gilgo Beach. And they say, okay, well, if there's 4 dead bodies within this small of a span, how many more are there on Gilgo Beach?
Oh, shit. I
And
see you
they
pulling
find
up a
more.
map. Yep. It's a map. It's a
You
map
can see it.
of the dead people in the map. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep.
So these 4, this is Amber Costello, this is Melissa
Okay.
Bartholomew, Maureen, and this is Megan Waters.
Mhm.
Then we have an unidentified Asian male, and then we have 2 more female bodies and an unidentified toddler.
Oh, Jesus. Who does nobody go to this beach? What is
It's
going on
New
at this beach?
Long Island, man, I
I
don't
mean, I
know.
get it, but damn. I get it's already a shithole, but come on.
Yeah, so obviously, police are like, "Okay, we found these 4 together. These are all very similar the way these are set up, but these instances are are a little different." So, we will get to these on part 2. We're not talking about those
Oh,
right now.
shit. Okay, because 'cause I'm like, what is up with this? What did you say? It's an Asian male?
Unidentified Asian male,
Oh, damn. And then another 2 females and then
2
a
women.
toddler. What the fuck, dude?
Now, I'll
Okay.
tell
Oh,
you,
for
he
part
hasn't been
2.
connected to this toddler, and
Okay.
he has not been connected officially to this guy, but
Geez, so this is like where the killers just drop their bodies off sometimes.
mhm,
Interesting.
seems like it. So, we'll go back to that one because
Okay.
I don't wanna give too much away. I feel like you already saw some stuff.
Ah!
Oh, well.
It's okay. If I smoke any more of this grape pie, I'll probably forget it by next week.
There we go. That's alright. Just make sure you keep those dates written down.
Got you.
Um, like I said, we're gonna circle back and talk about that later, but also at the same time, they're still looking. They expanded their search. Obviously, they found these other bodies.
Yep.
They also found Shannon's body
Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't see it on the map.
because she's not officially tied to this case.
Oh, what a twist.
It just so happens that Shannon going missing where she went missing led investigators to find this serial killer
Wow.
because before nobody knew. The serial killer is
Yeah, but
preying on
apparently no one
people.
goes to this beach.
I asked, so my manager is from Long Island, and I said, "You know about the Long Island serial killer?" He was like, "Oh my god,
Oh,
yeah, everybody was so scared to go to the beach over there, like, you don't go to Gilgo Beach, and nobody wanted to go to Long Island." He was like, "It was a thing, like, all the girls were petrified." That's
yeah.
what he
Well,
was
nobody
saying.
wants to go there now for sure.
Definitely not, I don't. I'm good. I'll stay right here.
Yeah.
I got
The
beaches in here
vibes. Oof, that's a spooky haunted beach.
for sure. So Shannon was found in, like, the water, and her cause of death was considered undetermined. Now, it's important to note her pants were off. The circumstances around this investigation seem a little fishy. Um, but Shannon is not, at least as far as we know, a victim of the Gilgo Beach, like the same killer.
Okay.
Maybe eventually we'll go back and we'll dig into Shannon because there's a whole bunch of stuff about her and her case and how her family's lawyer feels like it was mishandled and other things that have happened with Shannon's family. But ultimately, Shannon led us to justice for
Wow.
all of these victims. So even if Shannon's case is different, it led us to this point.
Mhm.
So that's why it's still a very important starting point.
Definitely.
Now, unfortunately, everything I've given you so far is pretty much where this case hits a fucking brick wall. And what I've told you, it seems like it's pretty much all laid out. It shouldn't be too much more difficult to find where this person is. We have a rough idea of where he lives. We have a rough idea of where he works. We know what type of vehicle he drives. We have a
Mhm.
description.
Yeah.
But during the time of this case, we have a new police chief that is elected, and his name is James Burke. Now, James Burke is a real piece of work, and what I mean by that, he's a real piece of shit.
James Burke, piece of work.
I didn't even mean to do that again. When it came to the Gildigo, oh my god, there's something wrong with me. When it came to the Gilgo investigation, he took everyone, every single person that was on the original task force for this case and removed them.
Why?
It felt like it's because he wanted the credit for it.
Yeah.
He also kicked out the FBI, like, the FBI was helping, he kicked them
Yeah.
out.
Can he do that? Is that a thing?
Apparently. Apparently.
I thought the FBI, besides the CIA was like the, like, no pun intended, like, trump card, like,
Yeah,
"We're the FBI, we can do whatever the fuck we want, get out of here." Like,
right.
apparently not.
But they weren't leading the case, Suffolk was still leading it, and it also had been 2 years since the bodies have been found. He took everybody off, and everybody that was on it did not give the information to his team. So they didn't pass the information along.
Why? Again, why? This is silly.
These are the questions that I have, I don't understand.
Maybe they were like, "Oh, we just need a whole fresh set of eyes and we're starting from, like, square one." But even still, why wouldn't you leave behind the information that you've already gathered for the next team coming in? It doesn't
Right.
seem to make sense, but
Unless he
what
didn't
do I
want it.
know? I'm not an investigator, so
Unless he didn't want it, I don't know. Like,
yeah, maybe he was like, "This is shit. Get rid of it all. It's not helping, and we're starting
yeah.
over."
But honestly, I wish that he made any progress in this case, but he didn't. And you know what I think it was? It was because these women were sex workers. And because of that, they didn't want to put so much effort into this investigation. And unfortunately, they looked at these women as dispensable.
I
And
believe that.
you know why? You want to know why? That's because James Burke himself was seeing prostitutes and was busted for fucking having sex parties and stuff. There were warnings about making him police chief prior to making him police chief, but they still fucking did it anyway.
What an asshole.
He was a crooked cop and he got outed when a man named Christopher Loeb stole a duffel bag out of his cruiser that had sex toys, like violent pornography,
Oh
a
my
whole bunch of
god.
shit in it, and
And his cruiser? Like, what are you doing with that in your cruiser?
in his cruiser. Yep.
On
And
company time?
yep. So he caught Christopher and he cuffed him and he beat him. And he went to jail for that shit. He got arrested.
The guy who found all the sex toys?
Well, he was getting framed, like, James
I
Burke
see.
tried to frame him, and
I
then
see.
he locked him up in handcuffs, beat the shit out of him, and then it was found out that he did that, and he was being a corrupt cop, and James Burke went to jail. He got arrested. He served 2
Okay.
years in federal prison for it.
Okay, good.
So, obviously, he was no longer the police chief after all of that.
I hope not. That'd be a terrible waste of taxpayer dollars, that's for sure.
Nope. Well, yes. Um Well, either way, it's taxpayer dollars as he was in prison as well.
That is touche. Very
So,
true.
we
God
wasted our
damn it.
money on him anyway.
Yep, either way.
So, after he went to prison, 2018, a woman named Geraldine Hart takes over as a police commissioner in Suffolk County. Geraldine was the original FBI representative on the original task force before James Burke came in and decided to do absolutely fuck all nothing for this case that was literally right fucking there from being solved. It was
Mhm.
right there. She comes out and she releases new evidence. She releases what Maureen was bound with, which was a belt that had the initials HM or MH. on it, and I'll pull that up for you. You see that? Don't
Oh,
look at the
yep.
guy in the middle.
Okay. I can't see him anyway.
Good. So that boat was released, and she also released the video that we see of Megan Waterman leaving the Holiday Inn Express the night that she goes missing. It seems like there's some movement, the cases are being talked about again, and then everything comes to a halt again until 2022. In 2022, we get Ray Tierney as a district attorney and a new commissioner named Rodney Harrison. They create a multi agency task force with like 10 different agencies, and they all come together for the Gilgo Beach murders. That is the primary case that they want to solve. They're like, we want this solved. We want this. We were right there. We are going to keep digging. We're going to find out what's going on. They go back. They go back to the phones. They go back to the evidence. They go back to what Dave had said the night Amber went missing. They go back to the car. They, using the phones, they make this area called what they call the box. And because of where the cell phone towers ping, they can reasonably believe that the killer lives within this box in Massapequa
Okay.
Park.
Hmm.
They take the box and they cross reference with the Chevy Avalanche at the times of the murder that this car would have been owned. And they come up with one person. Now, they start digging. They get search warrants. They verify. They are not going to fuck it up. They verify. They start tailing this guy. They grab his DNA from a pizza box and his pizza
Oh,
crust.
oh, damn pizza.
It's the pizza.
I mean, New England's got good pizza.
Oh my God, it's so good.
The
It's
best.
unrivaled, bro. It's
Well, and if
unrivaled.
anyone has something to say about it, I'll fight you. That's
If you have
the
something to say about it, we will meet you at any New England, well, no, any Connecticut pizza parlor,
especially Connecticut.
especially.
You're getting
What's the place?
spanked.
What's the place that you used to go to all the time?
Little rendezvous.
That place, Village Pizza
Oh,
too.
yes.
Ugh, so
Kicks him
good.
out the water. Any other
Yeah.
pizza out the water.
So he was eating the pizza. He was a
Don't
sucker.
blame him. I mean, even serial killers gotta eat.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of pizza he got,
It didn't say.
you know? Like, I
No.
wonder if he was, like, a clam pizza guy.
Ew.
Exactly, exactly!
He
A lot
probably
of people love that
was.
clam pizza,
He
but
probably fucking was because he's
or, like,
gross.
anchovies and olives or something awful.
Ew.
Yeah, something awful like that, I bet.
Ugh. No, thank you. So they start digging. They're not gonna fuck it up. Okay. They pull they pull this guy's DNA. They map the phone records. All the phone records, all the movements, all the things, it all lines up.
Oh, shit.
They pull his DNA off that pizza. And they find out that this guy's name is Rex Heuermann. From the outside, Rex is a family man. He runs his own architectural business. He has a wife and 2 kids. And looking at him, first glance, you wouldn't really expect that this man is a killer. But when we get to part 2, we're going to dig into the family side and
Oh,
we're going to talk about what was happening there, what
there's
they
gotta be
knew.
stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah. What they knew, what they didn't know, what they claimed to not know, what that actually looked like, what
So
the
his name was
dynamic
Rex?
was.
Just
Yeah.
R-E-X?
Yeah. Rex Heuermann. You want to see what this asshole fucking looks like?
Whose name is Rex? Just
I
R-E-X.
actually
That's a
have,
dog's name.
I actually know somebody with that name.
Named Rex? Interesting. Maybe I just live under a rock. Oh my god.
Yep. Well, we don't want that. But yeah, that was him.
With the serial killer glasses on? Oh, he does look like a big guy.
He's huge. He's 6'4". Look at that.
Oh, look at he's got the glasses.
Mhm. Yep.
Ugh, sex work is so dangerous, just meeting up with these random guys.
Yeah, you don't know shit. You don't know what's gonna
No.
happen. That's why all these women took precautions and were trying to have people with protection on them, but it just
Mhm.
didn't work out that way.
No.
Um, so like I had mentioned, they check before they arrest him, obviously they check his DNA against hair that's found at the scene. They actually pulled DNA from his family because there were female hairs found at the scene as well.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't tell you that, yeah. Yeah. So they pull DNA from the family. They pull it from his wife. They pull it from his daughter named Victoria. Um, they start digging. They get subpoenas, warrants. They're digging through his search histories. They find that he's had multiple burner phones, that he does searches on them, um, such as violent porn, mutilation porn, child pornography,
Ugh.
specifics like that. They find that he's searching information about the victims' families, himself. Um, some of the searches are like, why hasn't the Long Island serial killer been caught? Map maps of all known serial killers and unsolved serial killer cases. So, he was keeping tabs on his own investigation, and he was keeping tabs on the family, and police are looking at this like, "Oh my fucking god, this guy's a fucking idiot. We got him." We got him. And you know what's
Yeah.
crazy is they were right there anyway. If they if when James Burke took over, if any of the information was communicated or if he even put an ounce or iota of effort into actually trying to find out, he would have been caught in 2012, 2013, but he was able to stay free until 2023.
That's crazy. How old was his daughter?
She's our age.
Oh, shit. So, like, our age, like, right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was only able to get away with this for so long because of that internal conflict. And apparently he had also listened to like multiple podcasts, shout out, about his hey Rex, about his murders. And not really, we don't want to talk to you. And like he was listening to podcasts and he was watching news reports, and he was really like obsessed with knowing whether or not he's about to get caught.
I mean, I understand him wanting to keep tabs just in case he had to get up and go, but he didn't see this coming.
Yep, definitely not. So, like I had mentioned, they had pulled hairs off of the bodies. They tested all of the hair. Asa's hair, Asa's his wife. So Asa's
Mhm.
hair,
Okay.
Rex's hair, and Victoria's hair were all found on the victims after they were able to grab the DNA and they tested it. Now,
What?
I want you to leave you in the dark so bad on that.
So, wait, because Victoria's his daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What?
Uh-huh.
On each of the victims?
No. 2, I believe it was I can pull this up, hold on. It's here somewhere. I believe Megan had female hair on her, Amber had male hair on her, and Melissa had female hair on her.
Okay.
Obviously the DNA matches. They got their man on July 14th, 2023. Rex Heuermann leaves his office in Manhattan, and officers move on him, box him in so he can't escape, and he is charged with the murders of Megan, Amber, and Melissa. and he pleads not guilty. This is where we're gonna stop. I am gonna leave you in the dark of why
Damn!
his family.
And I was thinking, I wonder, you don't have to answer because we'll find out next time. Did he put their clothes on him or on his victims? Like, if he got
No,
their
I'll answer
clothes,
that. No, there's no
scarves?
evidence of that because 'cause they're found
Okay.
naked, right?
Oh, okay. Yep, yep.
But I wanna talk about we're gonna talk about a lot more. We're gonna talk about so much more.
It's so hard for Sam to keep this in right now. I wish you guys could see. She's fidgeting in her seat right now.
I'm trying to not give it away, but also
Don't give it away.
simultaneously tell Mariana that I will give it away if prompted enough.
No, don't
Uh,
give it away. It's
no,
okay.
I'm not gonna give it away.
It'll be next time.
Yeah, next time because 'cause we're already, like, what, an hour and a half? I told you, it's gonna be a long episode.
Deal with it.
Uh, deal with it. Next week is also gonna be long, and it's now that I'm sitting here and thinking about how much more we have left to cover.
Yeah, because I'm like, did this dude so he didn't get arrested until 2023,
Mhm.
but, uh, so Shannon theoretically is not one of his victims, but she was 2010. So that still
Yeah,
means 13 years. So we have 13 years of no murders, question mark?
question mark.
Question mark.
So,
TBD.
we'll talk about that, actually, we could talk about that now. Investigators think that when the bodies were discovered, or a therapist thinks that when the bodies were discovered, he subconsciously stopped because he knew he was about to be caught.
I mean, that would make sense if he was doing all that, like, frequently checking on his case or on the cases to see if anything popped up or anything like
Mhm,
that. So I I can kinda see that because he seemed pretty, like, obsessed with it almost, like, too
mhm,
nervous, like, and I mean, like, by doing that, makes me feel like he was probably really nervous to kill again.
mhm, because he didn't wanna get caught, or his dumping grounds were already, like,
Yeah.
discovered, you know?
He's like, "Damn, where am I gonna put my dead bodies now? I don't have a place for my dead bodies." Someone else was apparently using his space too.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta see.
Yeah, we'll see. So join us next week where we pick back up on this piece of shit that unfortunately is going to live with me for like 3 more weeks in my head.
Oh, and I'm so sorry because he's very ugly.
He
He's
is very ugly and it's very
ugh.
scary. And like I was telling Brianna, I woke up thinking about this case this morning because I was writing the script and I was trying to, formulate how I'm going to tell this story to Brianna. And it's like, it's
It's not what you wanna think about first thing in the morning.
definitely not. Open your eyes and you're thinking about
No.
Rex Heuermann.
Have some coffee
Fucking
first.
it's
Spend some
terrible.
time with the dogs, like,
Oh my god, yeah.
cup of coffee, dogs, cats,
Ugh,
relax for a little bit, smoke, definitely smoke a little bit.
definitely
Yeah.
smoke. Alright, well, let us know what you guys thought about today's episode. If you're mad about where we left it, oh well, come back next week and you'll
It's a
hear the
cliffhanger.
rest. It's a cliffhanger. That's all you know. At least I told you he got arrested and I told you who he was. I could have
That
left
is
it at
true.
I could have left it at what we knew only like 3 years ago, which was nothing. So,
Mhm.
we're getting somewhere. But join us back next week where Brianna will come with another strain of the day.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully no random recipes come from this strain of the day.
I said, send me a great pie, and I will make one, and I will send it to Sam,
Oh, no. I do you just just leave it. I
especially
don't
in, like,
want
the
it.
heat in the
Ew.
summer.
Ew. It's already hot as shit down here. I'm all set.
I thought it's warming up here, but I mean, to us, warm here is like it was like 74.
Oh,
It
that's
was beautiful.
perfect.
It was like sunny and it was like 74 with a slight breeze, nice and cool in the shade. It was really, really nice. Yeah,
It
so
sounds like you're
I
describing the perfect date for Miss Congeniality.
really
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie before.
Oh my god,
I know.
no! It's so funny.
I've
I
never
love that
seen it.
movie. You
I
gotta
gotta
watch it.
watch it
That's your
sometime.
homework.
Okay.
Alright, buds. I think we're
Oh, yeah,
done.
check out the website.
Oh,
Out the
yeah, 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 yeah.
website. Shout out to the website.
Check the website for the show notes and the information. That was my little jingle.
Da-da-dum-dum. Cushioncrime.com. Spell out the
Spell out
and.
"and," no
No
ampersand.
ampersand.
And same for the Instagram.
That's what it was. Okay. I can never remember the last part.
I got you. Don't worry. All right, buds. Well, have a great week. We'll see you next week for part 2 of the Gilgo Beach Murders or Long Island serial killer. And
Hell
stay
yeah.
lifted.
Hell yeah. Smoke a fatty.
Bye.
Bye.